Undiscovered Podcast, episode 3.
And we have stuff. Let's go.
All right. Who are we talking to today, Charlie?
Today, we are talking to a man I'm very humbled to know. He's an excellent actor, comedian, show host as well. You have that show on NTV.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. A vocalist, a rapper, a poet.
Yeah.
MC.
Yeah. Father.
And a dad, yes, of course, father.
Yeah.
And just my homeboy, man. This is
Yeah.
Elsaphan.
Yeah.
Bro,
Elsaphan.
it's so good to have you, my dude.
Thank you.
Oh,
You know, let me tell you, you can tell from the reception that Njora has gotten today that he is such a fave. So thank you so much for making time.
You're welcome.
We
Thank
really
you for having
appreciate
me.
you.
Yeah.
Asante sana. So
And I like the
today,
setup. Nini. And this is cool.
no, we'll have you back when you're not shooting. Kichapane tu
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tufanyie ile
Stories.
kitu nyingine. Yeah.
Also, I thought you guys should know that how Njora's sense of humor is set up. You will face palm a lot while watching and listening to this.
Fair warning.
There will be a lot of face palming. His sense of humor is
Okay, I
unmatched.
just remembered my bro when he was younger. He used to do this. Oh my gosh! And then it will be a slow.
Was it in reaction to you?
No, it wasn't. It was just like the kids. We see things and we just want to say them.
You imitate them.
Yeah, you imitate.
Yeah.
So I don't know where this came, but he used to slap himself here. Oh gosh.
Proper face
And then it
palm.
goes just slowly.
Yeah. You all are dramatic then. So we'll be talking to Elsaphan about life, about comedy, about rap, about music, about his fantastic collaborations with some of the biggest artists in Kenya right now. And also, Charlie, you will be making us something.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
You cannot start this day without something getting made. So,
Right.
well, for our friend Elsaphan,
Yeah.
we'll be making another cocktail, which is really simple to make. It's mad quick. But for you guys at home, we're going to be teaching you how to make a basic old-fashioned whiskey old-fashioned. That's we're doing the classics so far.
Yeah, man.
All right,
Yeah.
so let's get started.
All right.
Okay, intro.
You do this a lot.
I do.
You do.
No,
It's
I
like
think-
he's framing. Like there are so
That's
many.
how he gathers his thoughts.
Oh, like that. And he blocks distractions.
Yeah.
Oh, like that during exam.
All the time.
It's like
All right, Njora. So first of all, you're a multi-hyphenate. You are.
Yeah.
You are a master of all trades. People say jack of all trades and master of none. Like you've mastered everything. You've done comedy. You act.
Yeah.
You're a vocalist.
Yeah.
You're like stand-up events host, MC, like TV host as well.
Yeah.
So at which point did you realize that you are so good with communicating? Because all these are communication, forms of communication.
Yeah.
When did you realize that, me, by the way, naweza ongelesha watu, even poetry, but is enough.
Yeah.
So at which point did it hit you like, yo, I can do this and I'm really damn good at this as well?
I think it was much later after I'd already started performing, curating events. So it was later that I was like, hey, wait a minute. Yeah, I'm doing well. Because as I was doing it and how I got into it, it was something I enjoyed doing. I met other people who enjoyed doing it. And so we just kept on going. There was this thing I was chasing, but I didn't know. In fact, my uncle used to say I'm a rebel without a cause. Then recently I was talking to Kibugi, Gig Dynamics.
Yes.
And he was saying, Njora, you always look like you are searching. And it's when your friends, like much later you're drinking or you're just having a good time, then they say some random thing and you're like, that's what you thought of me. So I was like,
that's
so
not a
it's
bad thing.
always such it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's just different, So I think it was much later that I was like, oh, okay, I'm actually I'm good at this. And obviously people telling me that Njora, you're good at it. But I guess I am searching for something. And as a creative, the best thing you've created is the next one.
Yeah.
So I am already there.
Like looking forward to the next thing.
Yeah. So even when people would tell me like, hey, Njora, you're doing well, you're nini, I was like, okay, thank you so much. I'm appreciative. And I will have this moment with you. But I'm also moving ahead.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
I want to jump you back to the beginning.
Yeah.
Briefcase Ink.
Yeah.
How, like...
Explain first what briefcase ink is.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There were
So
children here that
it's
were
like
born
a-
in this century.
It's a briefcase.
It's a briefcase.
Ink.
Yeah.
So,
Whoa, I felt pains. There was this photo where the Kitambo friendship was when someone would throw us some ink. You remember?
Yes.
Yeah, and then they have more gear for you.
In your
Coffee.
fountain.
Yeah.
Fountain.
And then there's a buta, you can buta that thing. Man. Then the cartridges.
do you remember we ate?
And then that thing
As
you
guys,
see.
my dad was.
So these
hardcore.
are
He never
old
got
men.
cartridges. As guys never got cartridges.
Oh, you didn't get
It was one jar of ink that all the children shared.
The
across
cartridges were
board.
for my dad.
Yes.
They were for my dad. Yeah.
Alright.
Okay, so
Yeah.
briefcase ink.
Briefcase ink,
That's
yeah.
where you jump in.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. For
How
first,
did you get
that was my
into-
second TV, my second screen thing. My first one was To Me Chill.
Oh,
So-
yes, I forgot.
Yeah, so To Me Chill ad, there was one of the guys who was playing rugby. There had to be a scrum.
Yes.
I was in the scrum. I was not seen, but I was
But you were in there.
I was in front of the camera. I was playing 500 shills.
I said, how much?
500 shills. And they came to shoot at Nairobi school.
Oh my God.
I was there, man. That was
500 shillings.
500 shillings.
Why are you saying it like
Do you know what
that?
500 shillings is in a high school?
By the way, you were balling.
Yeah, those guys exploited us. But yeah, so that was my first one. And then Briefcase King came. Now, how it came about was we were doing this thing called Mavuno musicals.
Right.
This used to
I
happen
remember
every Easter and Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
So now we did an Easter one that Yefesi had been part of writing.
Yeah,
And
Fesi
was a-
Musoke, shout out.
Yeah, hey,
Shout out.
guy, man,
One of
that's
the funniest men around.
that guy is so talented. But
Yeah.
anyway, so we did this show, and George Kagwe was in it, and I was in it. Now George Kagwe was a
Sweet.
lawyer.
Yeah.
In a setting, and the story was who took the body. And now Lazarus, who was brought back from the dead, was put on the stand, and so
To
now
testify.
to testify, you know, like who took the body,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
he's the one who brought you. So George was the lawyer that was questioning me,
Right.
and then that chemistry is what led Yefesi and Joyce Musoke to be like,
put together
these guys can do briefcasing. In fact,
Right.
it was supposed to be what's this guy's name? Larry Asego and
Yo, we are going way back. Wow.
yeah, Larry Asego and this guy, what's his name? Capital. He's an I forget his name, but it was Larry Asego and someone else who was supposed
Yeah,
to be
he'll
there.
watch this and he'll be very.
Yeah, they were to be in briefcasing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's where it
Cool.
started. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
That
where
is
it-
the jump.
Yeah.
And now, like, from there, you've worked on a lot of different forms of TV and blah blah, but also a lot of plays as well.
Yes,
like you
yes.
mentioned the Mavuno music.
Mavuno musicals. We did plays in St. Andrews. I remember my first play was called 40 Minutes to the Chair. So it was a premise of that was 2006. Yeah. So I cleared Form 4 in 2005. I never did drama in high school
Right.
Oh.
because I go to school to study.
Yes.
I sleep at 3 and wake up at 5. For what? Because I went to Dago, then I went to Nairobi school.
Right.
So Dagoreti, it was militant. Because
What is happening?
Drama fest.
so when I went to Nairobi school, I was like, me and drama, deuces, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I did a play after high school, and it was written by a friend of mine called, he's still my friend, Peter Karengede.
Yes.
40 Minutes to the Chair. 40 minutes literally.
Is that is you later in relation to Justin?
Justin who? No.
No, okay, yeah.
Yeah, no. So
It's 40 minutes to the execution.
to the execution.
Oh, to the electric chair.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And then there was a pardon that was at that time. There was a pardon that was being given by the president. I can't remember. So we did the play, and I was like, "Hey man, I'm comfortable on stage."
All right.
You know. And then now we did another play. Yeah. So I've done a couple of plays, but that's where my first play was. Yeah.
Yeah.
And is there? This is a question I'll ask
Yeah.
everyone. And I've probably asked you this
Yeah.
before. Is there a particular medium you prefer when it comes to the acting? Like,
Yeah.
Do you enjoy theater more than TV? Do you love film? And you still have to talk about Kati.
Tikati,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. So I would have answered it differently. I'd have said theater before. But now, after doing the travel show, I have a different take. I came to realize traveling is not even about the destination, it's about the company.
Yeah.
It's who you travel with.
That's true.
So it's the same for this. It's who I'm with. So I could be with some of the greatest technicians, but then we're just not vibing.
They're not passing the vibe check.
So it's not going to be fun. I could be with some kurutus,
but the vibes
who don't know
immaculate.
how to switch it on, but the vibe is immaculate.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a good time.
I love that. And then when we look back at your really storied career, some of the greatest collaborations we've seen that you made are with just a band, and then like individually now with guys like Mbithi and so on. Can you tell us about your friendship with these guys and how that has grown to these fantastic collaborations?
First of all, just a band. I'm still starstruck.
Same.
Even with you. Even with you.
Stop it.
No, it's true. Okay, so I'm still starstruck.
Yeah.
You get, because you've been key at forming opinions about the entertainment space.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. And then now for you, Makutano Junction, the Stalin Quality, just what you have done.
Charlie is one of the greats.
Yeah, so I'm still starstruck, and I enjoy art that way.
Yeah.
So my friendships are, first of all, I respect them. And then my sister, like for example, for Just a Band, my sister was a fan of Just a Band before I knew.
Jump.
Exactly.
From
so
jump.
My sister was a vibe check. If she likes her. Me, I like Backstreet Boys because of my sister.
Actually, we used to judge things because like it's actually Wahora that taught the rest of us about Just a Band. I met Kinambithi, and Diana through Wahora, so it was always like, you're right. The vibe check was your sister.
So from that is when I was like, okay, now let me start to listen to it and stuff. So I'm not like at buddies with everyone.
Right.
I'm closer to Bithi.
Right.
And he's like a big bro. And then obviously there are all these people who we have come up with. They were famous in their own right. Their times, but now it's when they're making money. So
now it's when they're cashing the check.
Now it's when they're cashing the checks. Yeah.
All right, cool. So when we look at now, the various forms that that you, whoever's giving me a cold in this room.
Cause I'm cool.
Oh my Lord.
Do the thing.
He passes the vibe check even though he doesn't know where to.
It's giving Stevie Wonder. Anyway,
I've remembered my first memory of performance.
Right, that's actually what I was going to ask you.
Yeah.
Like basically because you've done so many art forms, but your very first memory, like even in your childhood, about like, because we've talked about, one of your siblings were horror, vibe as hell, and then now you also now just jumping headfirst into every form of art form that you can get yourself into. What was your first performance like? Was it in front of a mirror, holding a mwiko? Was it like when your parents tell you your auntie and uncle like perform? What was that like?
My first memory, so my bro and I used to do this thing, and we still do. We'd lock ourselves in a room. And I think my bro is the one who did it first. We lock ourselves in a room, like kila mtu in a room, tofauti. Or you go to the kitchen when no one is using the kitchen and you close. And then you run up and down. And down. And as you're running up and down, you become a king, you have wings, maybe you're a wizard.
So dope.
Yeah, so you just like, and then you can hear people are making such. That's all you hear. But in your brain things are happening. But then my first performance was I remember we were in the sitting room, we were all seated down, then there's a tape being played. Now it was Esther Wahome when she had the Gagas.
Oh my god.
I remember it was like this the Gagas
Esther
over
Wahome
here
before Kuna Dawa.
it was just like Kuna. You know, so it was, right here. Yeah, let me tell you, it was like the glasses, and then remember the glasses were here, and then the
thing used to come down.
Yeah. So anyway, so there was a song that was being played, and then my bro and I were doing air guitars.
Oh wow!
And then I remember at that point, either it was my dad or my mom. They said, "Hey, look at him. He really looks like, to paraphrase, he really looks like he's feeling it."
Right.
You know. So even then, I was like, I'm convincing them. You know, yeah. So that was my first, and I had this memory. Was it like last year or the year before? That's when, you know, sometimes the older we get, that's now when we look back, and you remember. Yeah. Right. But a lot of my memories are of childhood or last year or even last week. They're not good. They're not. Yeah. No. Yeah.
All right, so I want to jump into your music real quick, especially because that.
I think your flow is madness.
Thank you.
And the video you sent to me the other day.
Yes.
I watched that video like 3 or 4 times.
Oh, thank you, man. Thank you.
Where? Honestly, I don't want to ask like some basic thing like where does it come from?
Yeah.
But I do want to know like what are your inspirations? Are there artists who you look at both locally and internationally who like make you think, ooh, okay, I think that's interesting. I should try that. Or they help inspire a different sort of element in your performance.
I think as we absorb so much, you know, so anything that you like, you just absorb, and I do that a lot. I absorb, I listen. So I can't really say it comes from this or this or this. I think it's just a cocktail of memories, a cocktail of inspiration. And I've wanted to do music for the longest time, you know, but of all the things that I can do, that's my weakest. Yet that's the one that I really, you know, wanted to do. So even the spoken word, how I've done the spoken word, how I act, the inspiration that I like when I'm trying to get into a character, it's music. When I need to write something, I listen to music. You know,
that's kind of like your first love.
Yeah, it is. So so I remember, COVID came. Yeah. First of all, my COVID time started early. You guys, I was there on time. This is what happened. Yeah. 2019, beginning of 2019. Hapo Feb nini. We were taken to Rwanda. Kigali, to perform.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we were doing it with a guy called Timari Nightway. We were paid $500,000.
Wow, from 500 shillings to $500,000. Wow.
$500,000, man. Let me tell you something. We're paying $500,000. Of course, I'm not getting $500,000. We're splitting it, yeah.
Yes.
But still, it's decent money.
We are flown. We're flown from Nairobi to where?
Kigali.
Taken by a car.
Which is a beautiful city. Oh my God.
Taken by a car VX. We're going hotel. Kila mtu na room, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
And then we're still given food. This is not touching the $500,000.
$500,000 is after you're done.
To fast forward end of 2019. Oh, Naduru, Sina.
Oh, the $500,000
it's gone.
The $500,000.
I was staying in Limuru, paying 2-bedroom, paying rent for 10,000 shillings. 10,000 shillings. A very nice.
I'm going to Limuru. I'm going house hunting because.
But then at the end of the year, I had nothing.
You had nothing to show for it.
I had nothing to show for it. At the end of the year, my relationship was going to shit. We broke up at the beginning of 2020.
Yo.
So I moved back to my parents at the end of 2019. From having $500,000.
What?
So 2020 comes in. I've broken up with who?
With
my
babes.
girlfriend,
Yeah.
And she has my daughter. Yeah.
Who's gorgeous, by the way.
It's so beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I also have a son.
Yes.
I have 2 sons with a different lady.
Oh, you're a dad of 3.
Yes, I'm a dad of 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then the money is gone. Nini. COVID checks in. Yeah?
So your COVID checked in before our COVID?
Yeah. I was on 10. At the same time, I had the $500,000 now a year later on a 30 bob. Ya kuenda Ngong, I didn't have. My mama had to pay for me.
Damn.
So, Imagine processing all that, and obviously this is from something. Yeah, there was a lot of drama happening, and when drama is happening, I don't know if this is same for guys. Your money just disappears. You don't know, you can't track it. Yeah. So I was processing a lot, and because now tumefungiwa, so I was writing a lot, and as I'm writing, I wanted it to have a bed, a musical bed. So I was sending it to Kimeto Tots, who's an amazing instrumentalist and producer. So I needed to give him something that has a sort of measure. So I sent it to him, and when he sent it back, I was like, damn, this is rap! Immediately, I went to YouTube, and because YouTube, you can say a hip-hop type beat. And I started getting the beats, and I started getting inspired, and I've written over 100 songs since then.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's where
that's the jump off.
Yeah.
Oh, that is insane.
Yeah.
You know, you've actually mentioned something. You know, because I'm looking at crew. We do have limited time, and we have a lot to get through.
Yeah.
But you know, you mentioned something about end of 2019.
Yeah.
Life's going just like it's
Fire
just in
stuff.
fire. Everything is up in flames.
I see fire.
And you've seen, you've gone through stuff. We see it in your music.
Yeah.
But I want us to get into something that was kind of a really tough thing that happened to you, and you actually even spoke about it during a performance last year, and that was the passing of your sister Wahora, who all three of us knew and loved. So do you want to talk a bit about that?
So all this is happening, and I'm processing my stuff. Things are closing down. That's 2020. 2021 checks in. Something that maybe people may not know, that I was also contemplating suicide.
Right.
Because
trigger warning. Sorry, guys. Trigger warning. Before we go on.
Warning.
This is trigger warning for self-harm and unaliving and suicide. So proceed.
That we live in such a time where there are appetizers even for conversations.
I love how you see life. This is why I love you, Njora. Because there's something about how the person you are that you can find levity in even the darkness.
My own mom says, it's not time for jokes.
Can you imagine? Who you mothers? Doki there.
So, so I was also contemplating, because I'm going through this breakup.
And it's hard.
And I'm still trying to get back to her. In fact, I only stopped last year.
You?
Yeah, she's married now. So anyway, so we are happy she's married. So 2021 checks in, and kumbe all this time I knew my sister was going through many things. She even sat us down at a certain point, and she told us she feels like she doesn't want to continue, and we didn't know how to help. We tried our best. We were checking up on her, stuff like that. Then namchokoza hapa na pale, but also we are all going through our things. And then June 11, a friend of hers comes and says we can't find her. She's late for her shift. She was never late.
Ever.
She was not late for her shift.
Tell the time by Wahora.
And then now we started looking for her. Now it turns out that day was the first day my kid in a while, because co-parenting is hard. So and children are weaponized both by the father and the mother. So I hadn't seen my kids in a while. And also the mother of my son had never come home. So she brought the kids on that day. So I was with the kids even when my sister's friend came, because I was hoping that maybe she'll come and then we'll have a good time with the children, with the boys. And then now it's like, oh man. So now they went to look for my mother, my father, my brother, and my sister's friend and the other friends that she came with. They went to look for my sister, and I stayed with
With the kids, yeah.
You know, and sometimes I ask them, what if I went? Maybe I would have found her. You know, there's always that thought.
Like the what if.
The what if. There's so many what ifs. So, I mean, like, I remember my sister, and I do feel sad, and I feel so many things, but I'm glad that she's at peace, you know, and I'm very proud of her. She was always the one who was leading, you know, so, yeah, and she took care of us even in her death. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Do you want to maybe explain that a bit? Is that something
she didn't make it difficult for us to find out, okay, this is where I've put this is where I've put this is where I've put this.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. She broke it down in such a it was well thought out.
But that's just who she was. First of all, Bahura was really logical person.
Yeah, she was a logical person. Yeah.
So, I mean, that was really tough. And then
it was.
Yeah, and, you know, again, a day at a time.
Yeah.
Like, and, you know, that's something you'll be dealing with for the rest of your life as well.
You know, I've been told, like, June Gashui lost her dad, yeah?
Yeah.
She still feels it till today, so it doesn't end.
Yeah. So then now, based on that, then there was a show that you and Charlie were on last year called The Manic Monologues.
Yeah.
And Charlie's monologue, actually, you guys, you were both nominated for the
Yes, we
Mental
were. Yeah, we were.
Every guy who performed was nominated,
Yeah.
and Charlie won. But your monologue was basically what everyone was talking about because it was so raw. So as an actor and as a performer, but then now again there's this divide between you as an artist and your life, because this is something real that happened. How are you able to tap into that place and actually use what happened to you to kind of, because the Manic Monologues was about mental health, so it was also a form of education. So how are you able to tap into that place and still stay so strong on stage, especially because you performed that monologue several times over a number of days as the show was running?
I mean, I broke down every time after the performance.
Yeah,
or just right before the and then for a guy, it's not like, it's like even sometimes just being there and you see tears,
like a gangster tear. That's what my boys call it.
Sometimes it's not even gangsters, that you just don't have those tears. Like sometimes I want to cry, but I just don't have those tears. And then honestly, no one can someone cuss?
Go for it.
No one gives a fuck about guys, you know, like really. No one.
You're expected to be strong.
Yeah, that's the expectation, and you have the same expectation over yourself. So you've also trained yourself in a certain way, and the advantages, there are pros and cons about it, you know. And some of the cons are like there are times you just want to break down and you just can't. But when you see a guy like Yanni, well, it depends. Guys are different, but when you see like someone who you rarely see cry, just like start shedding a tear. Things are thick, and maybe that's they want their space. So I broke down what people call strength. I think is their interpretation of you putting it together, but maybe you are not.
You know, it might be the farthest thing from
it's a perception of you. But I am strong, and to be very honest, you see this travel show, I've done it, all of it I've done it going through depression.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the whole of it. It's been depressing. I've had, the thing is that I can find levity in anything, you know. So I'm able to be like, let's put this aside first, I want to have fun, you know. And so I'm not lying to myself, I'm not lying to the producers, I'm telling them, I'm having a hard time. There was even a time during a trip, and I was just next to the window and I was just crying. Now this was visibly unshaking. Uzuri, no one asked me anything.
They give you your space, come on,
but it's so weird. It's in the car, but now I'm going through it's a loss after loss, because I've lost this lady that I loved. And then now I've lost my sister, who's just like, she's the anchor. I'm here with my niece. And my niece was same thing, that my sister was an anchor for. all of us. Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah.
First of all, Njora, I just want to really appreciate you for being so open about this, and I think more men should be open about this. I really feel that, you know, maybe that might be one of the ways in which you can reach out and use your gift to help people. So thank you so much, you know, just for being open about that. Yeah. But now let's talk about your music.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Njora Manjaro.
Hey.
Yes.
So much music is coming.
Yeah.
You guys, also you. Me, I'm waiting for your music, by the way.
Listen.
You know, like you can actually buy a beat on YouTube.
That's true.
Yeah. In fact, like I have some whatever. Speed Up the Producer. Speed Up the Producer is a good. And you just go Speed Up Producer. You'll see many beats. And also Riga. Riga is also.
Riga has always been
Riga
dope.
is dope. Yeah.
But then, you know, he warned me that she's going to put you on the spot, and I didn't tell you on purpose. Njora.
Me?
Njora and I conspired against you.
No, this guy. Okay, you're a songwriter.
Yes.
You play guitar.
That's true.
You're a fantastic singer.
Yeah, I was going there. You're a fantastic singer. You have control. You can emote with your voice. Yani, fuck you, man.
What is happening?
Matusi.
This guy can dance. You can act. You can direct.
That's true.
All right.
You have equipment. So we'll do a song. We'll do a song.
Before we wind up, let's talk about BYSS.
You
Recently,
have to say it with the same energy.
BYSS, because you said so. So basically, I should not make the assumption of thinking that everyone knows what BYSS is, because I'm such a fan. So tell us a little bit about BYSS.
So BYSS is an improvised comedy show. And BYSS stands for Because You Said So. And it was started by Jason and a cast of so many talented people, and they've been doing this for 9 years.
Imagine.
Now I joined the cast 2022 December. That was my first time being on the cast, but I've been on stage
with them.
You've emceed the show.
I've emceed the show. There are times even before I was emceeing, I just come, and then if I have a segment, I jump on. You know, if I have something. So but it's different segments that many times we haven't heard of. The host is the one who knows what's the segments going on. Unless there's something that is so it's unique and needs some explanation.
Right.
But usually you go on stage and you don't know. And then you make the stuff. I
love that. And of course, like you said, the cast is the great June Kashui, the gorgeous Patricia Kihoro, K1, who you might know as Makmente, Jason Runo, who now has a tattoo of a bee on his forehead because
El Nuki,
because anything that Runo does, he does it
100%.
So and Justin as well, like
Justin Karunguru,
Mugambi
as well,
who's having a play.
As a one-man show as well.
One-man show,
So when we look at BYSS and when you look at even the stuff that these other guys are doing, like even when you look at what Mugash is doing, the one-man show, does that inspire you to do the same thing? Because I think you would kill a one-man show.
Yes,
legit.
I do want to I'm looking for a script. I do want to do a one-man show. I want to show, I'm also competitive. I want to show people why I'm a good actor. You know, like I do want to show people why I'm a good actor, why I'm a good performer. Like I want to constantly remind them. And when you say you want to remind people, usually you have to remind
yourself.
Starts there.
So I want to remind that person, look back at me in the mirror like, hey man, but it's a task. And I want to take it on.
It's a tough one, but it's a good one. I think you're definitely up to it.
Man.
So wait, Kenyan playwrights and writers. This man needs a script. Not just any script, a one-man show, please.
And a good one too. We're not doing random things on stage, please. One that fits his talent.
Producer is telling us, Gio.
No, listen.
No, you know. Let me tell you.
Alright, yo. Let's listen to some music now, shall we?
Yes. So right now, Njora and Charlie is actually going to play.
This was dope. This was really dope.
Yeah.
It was really dope.
Yeah. So you're going to accompany this man on guitar.
Yeah.
How?
We said we are putting you on because
because we said so. Yeah. Oh my gosh, the drama.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, so let's get into the music, and right after that, Charlie's going to build us some fun drinks. Alright?
Njora wa Manjaro. Hey. Charlie O. Yeah. Hey. Hey. Hey, ngoja Njora wa Manjaro analeta noma, itakanjo wampige na bakora. Been there, done that, staying that team. From the suburbs of the great corner, a young member of the pack aliponyoka kama embassy sticks. Back then nili stand out, nika set standards. Tell them toka class 3 nilijua minister, nikisoma GHC nikajua hini. By far the best time in history to make my mark. Kujitenga na the average to set apart. So watch me fly, clad around and call me Clark. Can't stop the music and the name I kiss my ass. Hey, holla. Name I kiss my ass, man.
Alright.
Yeah. Those guys came and beat us up. That's why I'm saying that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. This goes out to the ladies. Okay, to a lady. Okay, to your maneno deep within never flowed like this. Deeper than saying he need love, I insist. Cold-hearted and broken, now I get the gist. Ni fear that held me back, but now I am free. Free kama Kimathi bila chains up the streets. Standing tall above it all kama king. All that's missing ni wewe as my queen. Nitachunga mwewe, so please be my chick. Forgive my sins, tusonge mbele baby please. Na kama ni time, best believe to wait I will. Mapenzi ya dhati that exceeds puppy feels. Ni ya trouser na shati. Official here's a ring, wedding bells, flower girls, auntie wa icing. Hey. Ni teaser. Next to cut. My number is 07.
Alright, let's strum it up.
Alright.
Oh, no.
Hey.
Oh, I'm lying.
You're lying. Yeah.
I got it. Okay.
E.
There it is.
Yeah. E minor by the way. Yeah.
I got it.
Are you playing E minor or E?
Major.
So better. Major. Mini when mini mouse to fuck it. To fuck it. Wait.
Hey.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Mini when mini mouse tufike pale Disney, ribbon shati na blouse. Uliza Tom and Jerry kapati nataka clowns ama two stupid dogs juu sisi tuko down bed. Nimepanga nina space ya 2 date kama tunda breakfast for 2. Hey, tuseme nina hope ya you vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons. Here you go. Pewa balloon, Miss Cunningham, I'm your bear balloon. Call it serendipity, villain, I feel so due. Who knew to odd ones could even up the mood. Love TBT kama rapper magu. Sweet kama pipi shika rapper I do. Si must kwende kinki pewa sweetie ya you. Ni mimi ni take it role play ni through. So come through hapo kwangu kama 5+2. You like food nina wagu ina sick na soup. You want proof? Okay maybe ni kanyago ya chumba. Bora time na you. The rest he must to do. To vibe mama kama rumba mama. Improvise na cham hamna haraka hata. Mina wewe daura Tanzania. This is just for you. Cause nimepanga nina space ya 2 date kama tunda breakfast for 2. Tuseme nina hope ya you vile tuko free kucheza kama cartoons. Hey!
What? Alright, we're back. It's 1 minute cocktails. We're going to try and make this as quick as we possibly can. Now, as you can see, my man Elsaphan, he already has his little mocktail, which is a combination of the mango juice and a little bit of apple juice, topped off with just the right amount of ginger ale. Elsaphan has that drink.
It's good, especially now when I mix with my saliva.
Hey. So,
You see, like over there.
Why?
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 So, now that's an
It
easy
doesn't
mix.
matter.
Listen.
Oh! Okay.
Now that's an easy mix that you can make at home. I used to do it all the time, and that counts as a mocktail. But if you added some herbs to that, maybe a little bit of rosemary, you never know.
Yeah.
And in keeping with that, I'm going to make something really simple. It's a basic whiskey old fashioned. Now usually I would use Demerara sugar, Demerara, which is basically those sugar cubes, the sugar cubes you find in your local supermarket, the brown sugar cubes. But I have this wonderful mint rosemary simple syrup that I have been synthesizing, and I'm going to use that instead.
When you us we make, but he synthesizes. Continue.
Yes, listen. So I'm going to use that instead of using the sugar as we normally would. So I'll just take that's about enough sugar. That's all I need. And then we have your bitters. As I will always say, you need to have bitters if you make cocktails in your house. This is one of the most important things. Just a couple of dashes, just like so. And then comes the best part.
And notice we're not out here stressing you and setting standards with 50-year-old whiskey.
No,
you don't need super deep pockets to enjoy a great whiskey cocktail at home.
That is absolutely true.
Yeah.
So I like to. I have what you might call a heavy hand.
Yes, he does.
That's 2 ounces, but just for kicks, I'm just going to make it.
Yeah, you see, you're like that guy on TikTok, and we discussed this with Jerry last week about you. That thing of that guy who says a dash of vodka, then he puts 3 bottles.
It smells good. Yeah. Alright, now the thing about old fashions is they are a stir cocktail. So I'm just gonna reach into my big jar here and grab 2 ice cubes. Drop that in there. Usually I would use a mixing glass, but
where did the syrup go in it?
No, the syrup, everything's in here.
Okay.
And we just kind of give it a nice good mix. Now, yeah, I know you're looking at why my fingers are the way they are. I tried to do the proper procedure, but my fingers are kind of terrible at this. Yeah. But the whole point is just to create a nice good.
Someone would really misconstrue that, but go on.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Ding ding.
Now, Pride Month.
Now, usually, I would love to pour these over like the giant ice, but we don't have the big ice molds, so we're just sticking to our normal ice. And then once you've got it all stirred together, nice and mixed out, you send it out over
That's a pretty
ice.
color.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's right about there. Now you could also throw on a little garnish. I'm not using an orange, although you really should use an orange. But instead I'm using this lovely lemon, which is like super ripe. And I'm just gonna...
You know the words that you're choosing.
I'm just gonna pull off a peel right here. It's not perfect, but you know.
I'm a 12-year-old boy. You keep telling me this.
Yes,
I have no shame.
And then just kind of squeeze the oil out of the peel and
Plop it
drop
in.
it right in there. So there you go. Give it a good taste. Let's see what we got. Whiskey old fashioned, the old fashioned way. Cheers, brother.
Cheers.
Oh, this is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Am I not being cheersed?
Why am I?
Cheers, man. Alright, where are we going now? Is it game time?
Yeah, it's game time.
Game time.
It's game time.
Let's see how good your knowledge is. Let's see if
Oh,
you can
music.
remember the lyrics.
Okay.
We're
Alright,
going.
Bus.
Alright, so we're back.
Yeah.
Njora has removed his costume. He's not dressed as himself.
Yeah, this is me, the new
And improve.
I should be on
improve.
BOSS. I'm so funny.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we are playing this game we like to call Finish the Lyric.
So homeboy has to figure out what the next set of lyrics are until we tell him to stop. If he gets it right, it stays
spared.
dry. But if he gets it wrong,
Squid, squid, skeet, skeet.
skit skit.
Me, I don't know when it became skeet, but anyway. Alright, song number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Ma hita machali yani.
Nonsense.
Premium nonsense.
Who are you? Who do you think you are? You are playing with this commission. Actually, you know what? Finish it so that he knows where he failed.
You know why I didn't get it? Because it's a South Sea song. Me, I'm a guy for Dagoretti Corner.
Okay, tell them sing the Dagoretti Corner songs.
I'm the one writing them.
I was going to say corner.
Corner.
Well done. Next, my ninja. Next.
Tell them magic.
That has gone straight inside.
How do you not know Juicy?
Me, I'm a Tupac guy.
So, just because you know Tupac when Biggie comes
I don't know his lyrics, don't play Tupac now. I don't not just play rap, you can also play some R&B.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
no,
man.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
We got you.
See, just like, see rap. Ucheze Boys to Men wanakuja tumekuwa tukifreshen up.
By the way, we have been in classes.
Those tickets.
Those
it's
tickets.
all right.
Yeah. There's a landlord somewhere who's just preparing to be told. You know, so.
That song.
Never ever noticed something about you. Never ever noticed. We might be better, but you probably okay. Hey, I'm here again.
Yes.
Falling in love again. Hey, I'm here again.
Hey.
Falling in love again.
Had to
just na forever. Had to just na forever.
That's the one.
Yeah, my sister was in that video.
Alright, that's 3 songs.
Yeah.
3 songs, you did very badly.
2 skits, 3 songs.
Skit, not a skit.
A skit and 3 songs.
And 3 songs.
Yeah.
Alright, so Njora Manjaro, once again, thank you so much for coming through.
This is I want to shout out to my son Adrian Kafoy.
Yes.
My other son Kyle Amari Kanyora Njora, and my daughter Nian Ngari Njora. So beautiful, fantastic cuteness, eat your face, baby.
I'm with you if you're sitting there saying what did Njora just say?
Or
same.
Just like this.
I can't do that. I have makeup on it.
Makeup on.
It's expensive. I'm not wiping away this.
Yeah. But ume spray matte, so you can do like, like Matrix, the Matrix one.
Oh yeah, just drama.
Yes,
there we go. He did it.
Yeah.
So anyway, you can catch Njora on BYSS.
Yeah.
They have shows every quarter, I think.
Yes, every quarter.
That's a quarter.
Yeah, it's a quarter.
Yeah, there we go. Also, like he said, he's shopping around for fantastic script for a one-man show. You can catch his music on YouTube and on Spotify and so on. So make sure you support Elsaphan Njora.
Yeah.
Also watch the travel show on NTV.
Yes, watch the travel show for sure.
Yes.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you for having me. Oh, you can cheers there. Skit!
All right. So right about now, we are going into the lost tapes, and this week we are looking into the music of Ayub Ogada. Check it out.
We're recording.
Today we're about to do something really fun.
I'm so excited.
It's such a nerd.
You know, listen, we're going to look at the stars, but not just
outside.
Outside.
Yeah.
Well, outside.
Okay, outside the house.
Outside the house.
Yeah.
But it's inside a structure.
Yeah.
I'm so excited. Can we go?
So, okay, basically, before we run and you're there wondering, so how wapi? We're actually going to visit the Nairobi Planetarium. Did you know we have a planetarium in Nairobi?
Science! Just follow the light.
Slightly past 6:30. Our show starts at 7. It's called The Earth and the Universe. Something.
From the earth to
From the Earth to the Universe. So we're going to be checking out that show, and we are going to bring you along with us. So
yeah, let's go check this out.
one thing I've noticed is that once you walk in, there's really this cool thing happening on the ceiling, and then the seats are like beds. So I'm guessing once the show begins, the plan is to lay back and kind of just look up at the show.
So the ticket is about 1,000.
Yeah, it's 1,000 bob per
500
person.
kids. It is. You gotta come back.
Actually, let's not say anything until we've watched it, and then we will give you our thoughts and impressions.
This is an image which was taken by the James Webb Space Telescope, one of the best observatories that we have all in space. And this is an image of a nebula. This nebula is called the Tarantula Nebula. Now, a nebula is an area in space usually made up of gases such as hydrogen, helium, and some space dust.
I mean, they told us some things that I knew about. Charlie knew everything because Charlie spends an inordinate amount of time on YouTube.
It's true.
Like, he doesn't even want to talk. He's kind of overwhelmed. But it was so interesting. You know, there's one thing that we do when we're on Earth. We kind of pretend like we are the center of the universe. But things like that kind of show you that we're literally a pale blue dot.
Pale blue dot. Carl Sagan.
Pale blue dot, like a speck, less than a speck of dust in the vastness of a universe whose size we cannot even begin to imagine or quantify. So, that was mad interesting. Stars are born and their lifespan and how they die. Did you know that stars die?
Nebulas.
Nebulas, neutron stars, black holes, things like that. So there are long riverside drive. You take this turning like you're heading into gemsuits and go all the way down that road. It's 1,000 bob per adult and 500 bob for children. And would just go and experience it, Charlie.
Hey, yo, science. We tried.
What Kenyan musician is well known for playing an 8-stringed instrument, once made a living on the London Underground, was included in a song that was written for the Diamond Jubilee of the late Queen Elizabeth II, and is credited on a Kanye West album? Damn! Still nothing? Well, This is the lost tapes of the legendary Ayub Ogada.
Ayub Ogada was born in 1956 in Mombasa, Kenya. He is a descendant of the Luo people of Nyanza, Kenya, and was influenced by their musical heritage by his parents, who, by the way, were musicians. They performed Luo music to Kenyan and US audiences. Ayub's experience of traveling with his parents to the US and his exposure to both Western and African cultures had a profound effect on his music and his outlook.
So, while at school in Kenya, Ayub played various instruments in bands and embraced both traditional and modern music. In 1979, after leaving school, he co-founded the African Heritage Band, you know what I mean, fusing traditional music with the sounds of rock and soul that Ogada and his bandmates had regularly on the radio.
Now, in 1986, Ayub traveled to London with his Luo Nyatiti. He scraped a living by busking on the city streets, I know that life, and the London Underground. Now, in 1988, his breakthrough came when he was asked to perform at a concert organized by the legendary Peter Gabriel. A band cancelled and Ayub's 10-minute slot stretched to a full set. Now, that performance is the one that blew Peter Gabriel's mind.
Talk about grabbing opportunities. Now, that was the beginning of a career that spanned over 30 years and had him become Kenya's widest travel musician. He played for a while with a UK band named Taxi Pata Pata, toured with famous Japanese designer Issey Miyake, and performed at the African Renaissance Show in South Africa.
It's been a secret project we've been working on for a long time.
But his most recognized claim to fame is the music he composed and performed for the 2005 film version of John le Carre's novel, The Constant Gardener, which, by the way, was also shot in Kenya.
Some very nasty things live under rocks, especially in foreign gardens.
Right?
Now, his song, Dicholo, plays a major role at the end of the film and was shortlisted for an Academy Award nomination. And of course, wait, I can't believe you didn't even mention Cosbiro. But bro, let's keep going. Ayub's music has also featured in a number of other films and TV shows and in television commercials for Guinness Stout and other international brands.
So this is where his story takes a turn. Ayub moved back to Kenya in 2007, and it was there in his home in Kisumu on the 1st of February 2019 that he would take his final bow. However, his lasting influence remains. In 2021, would you believe that he was among the top African artists streamed on Spotify? Yes, I mean all of Spotify. So that's it for the Undiscovered podcast this week. You can find us on Instagram
At The Undiscovered Pod,
on YouTube,
The Undiscovered Podcast,
and on TikTok,
The Undiscovered Pod.
Okay, sing song, Charlie.
Come on, I can't let it go. Come on.
You can catch us on Apple Music, on Spotify, or wherever you find your podcasts.
Thank you so much for joining us. This is The Undiscovered Podcast, which is a 50 Hertz production. Wase, bado mko hapa. See you next week, bana.